What it is, what it do, you guys, it's your girl, Ash Brown. This is the Ash Brown Uncensored podcast program. So on the show, I talk about anything. Anything that pops onto the top of my mind and I want to talk on to. It's a little less structured, but still so much fun. Okay, so I heard some news today from an official source that Insecure on HBO is ending this year with season 5. Now, anybody that knows me, if you guys have been watching and following me across social media for years now, you know that I love me some Issa Rae. All right. Issa is the truth. I have been a supporter. I've been a fan of Issa since Awkward Black Girl on YouTube. If you don't know about that series, you've been sleeping under a rock and you need to go get your life. Because I think it was like the misadventures of Awkward Black Girl. And I identified it with so much because I am awkward like that. I am Awkward Black Girl. And when I heard that she had gotten the series with HBO, I was like, oh, this is going to be some big shit. This is going to be the big kahuna, because everything that she does, it's so ingenious. It's so relatable. She builds and creates these characters and these people and these stories that are so plausible that you could actually see it in your own life. And they go through some of the same things that we go through with figuring out ourselves, figuring out our relationships, figuring out our connections, and figuring out our walk and our future. And I am sad to see it go, but at the same token, I'm kind of thankful and glad that they're doing it like this, because the show is hot. Now, I'll tell you, they took a year off for season 4 for whatever reason, I guess scheduling or whatever the case is. So they took a year off and everyone was freaking out. Oh my gosh, I was freaking out too, because it was a whole year without Insecure. And it was a year that it was absolutely missed. So when it came back last year in 2020, it just took off. It took off. It was really amazing to see the characters grow and to really come into their own and somewhat figure out like who they are and what their story is going to be, but still figuring it out. Like they don't have it figured out yet. They're still figuring out what they got to figure out. And I just love the story because, like I said, it's so relatable. It's not like it's super outlandish. Like, Issa has this crazy job that she isn't really fond of, but she's able to pay her bills and she's able to hang out with her girls and get some drinks and all those wonderful things that we also like to do with our friends. So I am really proud of her, and I'm proud of the team, everyone that has been sticking it out with them for 5 seasons. That's amazing. And it's still one of the top rated shows on HBO. So I know HBO is probably sad to see her go, but I'm pretty sure I will put my little feelers out there and say, I'm pretty sure that she's not going to go far. As far as, I'm sure she's going to have some dealings with HBO still. There's going to be specials. There's going to be other series and stuff. And I think that her ending the series like this on season 5, which it was, I'm not going to tell, just in case some of y'all haven't seen season 4, it was one big thing that happened at the end of season 4. And it was just like, oh, this just changes everything. But I absolutely love the series. It's ingenious. Issa, I applaud you. Continue to push forward, Mamacita. I absolutely support her in everything she do. Movies. Oh my gosh, she's been doing it. Like, she was in Little, and she had a couple of others. The Photograph. Oh my gosh. Now, if you want a good cry, like if you want a really good cry and you're like, oh, I want to look at a movie and just imagine finding the love of my life or whatever, that's the movie to watch, because it was so beautiful. Their love was incredible. I believed it. Like, I believe that they're an actual couple in real life, even though they're probably not. But that's besides the point. I can still believe in my heart that they created such a bond and a chemistry there on the screen that was just amazing. And I absolutely loved it. So Issa has a lot of projects and things on the horizon. I'm sure of it. I will absolutely go out and support it just because it's her. And she has just worked her butt off to get just a smidgen of the recognition that she's just now getting. She's been working. She's been hustling for years. And I'm so glad to actually see a beautiful Black educated young woman go after her dreams, accomplish it, and keep the people guessing. What's she gonna do next? What's she gonna have next? I don't know. But what I do know, Issa kicks some butt. It does. So it's gonna be bittersweet watching this last season of Insecure on HBO, but I'm glad that they are taking it off while they're on a really good high of the show, versus I don't want Insecure to be on for like 6 more years and it gets stale and the story gets stale and nobody really wants to be there anymore. And no, I want them to end like this on a high note. They end on their own accord and we get some more good storytelling, because the whole team that put together the show, it's absolutely just incredible. The costuming, the locations, the different actors and some of them, it's funny to see a couple of people from the web series actually in the show. I thought that was really awesome and really, really neat to kind of follow along with them along the way with stuff. But I absolutely love the series. Sorry to see it go, but definitely happy that they're ending on their own accord versus getting canceled or any other crazy stuff happening with it, but they're ending on their own accord. And so it's closing one chapter, but absolutely opening another chapter and seeing all the other chapters and things that are going to come into play. Amanda Seales, one of my favorites, is on the program as well. And I know she's got a ton of stuff that's coming up too. So definitely keep on to that. I mean, it's just been incredible to watch the cast grow, to see the stories go on, the depths of the stories, the relatable topics that pop up. It's been an awesome ride. And I, for one, will be front row and center watching this 5th and final season of Insecure on HBO. So that's my little tidbit for the day. But yeah, it's an incredible show. It's just fun. It's relatable. It's very saucy. So for those of you out there that have not watched it from the beginning, it's either hit or miss. It's going to be a hit or miss type of situation. So it's either going to be hit, oh my gosh, I got to watch it, it's great, or miss. You may not be able to relate to some of the stories. You may not be able to relate to Issa, and that's okay too. But I would say give it a shot if you haven't already. Very racy. There's a lot of cussing. There is a lot of dropping the N-word. If that makes you squeamish, you may not want to check it out. There is a lot of sexual innuendo. There are a lot of sex scenes, but it's all relatable. It's all relatable. So you even know somebody that's done some stuff, or you actually seeing somebody doing some crazy stuff like this. But I absolutely adore the show. Definitely support it. I'll go get the box set. I will go ahead and get that set up. But I definitely wanted to give the show a shout and give Issa a shout and tell you guys that they're ending with season 5 and they're in control. They're holding the ranks. No one is pulling the rug from up under them. And I know that there's going to be so many more projects and things that she's involved in and things that we can go behind and support. So I love it. I love it. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for all of your support, all of your love. It makes a huge difference. And keep pushing forward no matter what. I'ma holla at y'all later. Deuces.